Everyone was saying that, oh, Pereira defended all of Ankalaev's takedowns. I guess you could say that that's true. But what was the goal of Ankalaev taking him down? Did he want to put him on his back and ground and pound him and finish him that way? Was that his goal? Because this is what we have to talk about when we talk about, oh, he defended a takedown. Because maybe defended takedowns could be meaningful in the scoring system, like MMA Guru was talking about. But defense should only be scored high if that's actually that person's purpose. What is the context behind these takedowns? Because all I saw was Ankalaev shooting the takedown, knowing he wasn't going to get it, not trying too hard for it, pushing him up against the cage, and using the wall work to not only fatigue his arms, but to batter him down and bully him. Really, that's what I saw. Why isn't anyone else seeing that? What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. You're watching Nwadei MMA, where I give you my thoughts, but more importantly, as for you guys' thoughts, as you guys are the MMA community, and I like hearing you guys' opinions in the comments and conversating back and forth. But with that being said, today we're going to be talking about UFC 313. Now, this was a great card, a lot of good fights on this card, and I'll recap the prelims and things like that a little bit, but I'm here to talk about people who are uneducated about mixed martial arts. I see all kinds of videos coming out now that Alex Pereira lost to Magomed Ankalaev. And granted, I am a fan of MMA first, and then I'm also a fan of Alex Pereira. And those of you who know me know I'm also a fan of Israel Adesanya, of course. But what I just told you has nothing to do with anything I'm about to say, because this is all just kind of unbiased, and I think a lot of hardcore MMA fans or martial artists are feeling the same way about what is perspiring after this. Now, first, let me go ahead and state this right off the bat. Magomed Ankalaev won that fight. Alex Pereira lost, and I think everyone knew that at the end of the fight. If you didn't, there was bias. I don't care who you are. There was bias. Now, 5th round, pretty close. 3rd round, pretty close, but Ankalaev definitely still won it. And I'm not even here to really score the fight, but like I said, I'm seeing videos come out about, oh, this needs to stop, well, Ankalaev is boring, he didn't do anything, he just held him against the cage. So finally, Alex Pereira's reign came to an end, and you people are mad about the style that we all knew would give him the toughest challenge. Oh, but you wanted to see him against John Jones. That makes more sense. Or Tom Aspinall. That makes more sense. Now, I thought that we all got the theme of what's gonna happen, what's been happening, or how MMA. I thought we got the theme when Dricus Du Plessis beat Sean Strickland. I thought we got the theme when Umar Nurmagomedov beat Corey Sandhagen. I thought we got the theme when Merab beat Sean O'Malley. Not saying that any of those wouldn't go the other way if they ran it back, but I thought we got this common thing. Oh, Bilal Muhammad versus Leon Edwards. I'm never gonna forget his name, by the way. I thought we got the thing that when there's a striker and you implement grappling, the striking changes. They throw less strikes. They're more worried about the grappling and why they throw less strikes. And they get tired because they haven't been doing it their whole life. Instead, they've been striking. Now, I understand that striking is exciting, especially in MMA where there is grappling, right? You want to see the people who are knocking people out, and you have every reason to be angry that Alex Pereira lost, especially if you're a fan. I mean, I'm mad when my fighters lose. I'm mad when Israel Adesanya was losing, and it still is losing. Hell, I was still kind of mad that Rafael Fiziev lost, even though I love Justin Gaethje. But you got to be able to separate, oh, this needs to stop, oh, judges need to score this for Pereira because Ankalev's just holding him. Look, all right, now let me break this down. Let me break this down. Everyone was saying that, oh, Pereira defended all of Ankalaev's takedowns. I guess you could say that that's true. But what was the goal of Ankalaev taking him down? Did he want to put him on his back and ground and pound him and finish him that way? Was that his goal? Because this is what we have to talk about when we talk about, oh, he defended a takedown. Because maybe defended takedowns could be meaningful in the scoring system, like MMA Guru was talking about, but defense should only be scored high if that's actually that person's purpose. What is the context behind these takedowns? Because all I saw was Ankalaev shooting the takedown, knowing he wasn't going to get it, not trying too hard for it, pushing him up against the cage, and using the wall work to not only fatigue his arms, but to batter him down and bully him. really. That's what I saw. Why isn't anyone else seeing that? Did Ankalaev really try and get him down that often? Was he really chaining together double legs, getting tired doing it, cage wrestling and things like that to really get him down to the ground? Was Pereira's defense really that good? Or was Pereira waiting on that to happen? And Ankalaev was just okay being in the clinch. Every now and again, he might go for a little takedown just to stay in the clinch and keep damaging the legs, keep damaging the body with the knees, and keep getting him tired. That's what I saw. So no, defense should not be scored high. If you're not doing anything to get your back off the cage, and you can't get your back off the cage, then you're gonna lose the fight. Jose Aldo versus Merab Dvalishvili, prime example. Alexander Volkanovski versus Jose Aldo, prime example. Jose Aldo has great takedown defense, but in those fights, he cannot get his back off of the cage. You have to be able to implement offense in order to win a fight. If you can't implement offense, then, well, you're gonna lose. Now, we gotta talk about, why wasn't Alex Pereira throwing more? He just didn't do anything. Have you ever been in that situation where you spent the whole first round going backwards, tiring enough, and throwing kicks as your main weapon in your arsenal, also tiring enough? Have you ever been through a first round like that and then have to defend however many takedowns and then have to grapple on the cage, circle your way off, defend takedowns, and carry another 230-pound man? It gets tiring. And it wasn't to the point where Alex Pereira was like gassing out, right? Because that's what everyone thinks about when they say, oh, he's tired. It was more of a, I'm lost fatigue. Alex Pereira didn't know how to engage with Magomed Ankalaev. And I'm not saying he was completely outclassed, but Magomed Ankalaev brought a great tactical MMA game plan to the fight. And no, it was not boring in any capacity. Matter of fact, the only round that was boring was the 5th round, because they were both fatigued and they were both just trying to win that round. If you go and look at the big shots landed at the beginning of the 5th round, a lot of them came from Ankalaev. And so it was just a great tactical game plan, and there was nothing boring about it. I mean, we talk about, Ankalaev was just trying to hold him there. What happened when he rocked Alex Pereira, and if there was no cage, would have dropped Alex Pereira in that 2nd round? Was he wrestling with him then? You gotta admit, when someone was just outmatched, when someone was a little bit behind, when someone doesn't have the grappling aspect that he needed for that fight, Alex Pereira needed better footwork to not get trapped against the cage. Alex Pereira needed just a better game plan in order to deal with that fight. I still think Alex Pereira can go out there and beat Magomed Ankalaev, but it's a tough fucking fight because of the style that he brings. Magomed Ankalaev isn't just a wrestler, he's good at striking as well, which we saw. He was going toe for toe with him in that 1st round. He rocked him in the 2nd round. Pereira once again was saved by the bell. I don't know how that keeps happening, by the way. I don't know how Alex Pereira is constantly saved by the bell. Against Israel Adesanya in kickboxing, he was saved by the bell. Against Israel Adesanya in MMA, the first time he was saved by the bell. I don't understand how that keeps happening, but the dude gets saved by the bell quite a bit. It's a skill I think he has. But yeah, going back to the fight, I mean, then the 3rd round, he not only was outstriking him, but then was able to implement good grappling. 4th round, out-grappled him just every second of the round. And yes, it's called control time, even if you're not on top of him, because he's controlling the fight. That's why grappling is so important. That's why mixed martial arts is a thing. We wanted to see what works. We wanted to see what was applicable. We didn't think boxing was the best style to win every fucking fight. We didn't think kickboxing was the style to win every fucking fight. And I'm gonna say this again, like I've been saying in all my past 5 videos. If you want to see no grappling, if you want to see no continuous grappling on the ground or in the clinch, go watch One Championship. There's a platform just for you guys. You don't need to be a casual MMA fan. Go watch Muay Thai in 4-ounce gloves over One Championship, and I bet you'll have a blast. You will have the best time of your life. You might not know half of their names, but you watch it enough, you'll start knowing their names, you'll start picking up, and maybe even you could watch this channel to be more educated on One Championship. I mean, in 2 weeks, they have a great card coming up where Superlek, the best striker on the planet, is going to be fighting once again. But that just goes to my point. This is MMA. So if you don't just want to watch pure striking in 4-ounce gloves, and you want to see, can this striker do this against this grappler, or can this grappler do this against this striker, or vice versa, or just a great MMA fight, up and down, then watch the UFC. Then be a fan of Alex Pereira. Then be a fan. Honestly, my favorite Alex Pereira fight was against Israel Adesanya the first time. Why? It went up and down. We got to see him battle adversity. We got to see him battle the grappling. We got to see him try grappling of his own. And then we got to see a bunch of the striking. That was a full MMA fight. That's what we want to see. We want to see true fighting. And I'm talking about the hardcores when I say we. We want to see a game plan like Magomed Ankalaev's respected, and not people shitting on Magomed Ankalaev and calling him boring for not only what was an exciting fight, but dominating their favorite fighter. So there is no huge problem with Magomed Ankalaev's win. There doesn't need to be a rule change in, oh, defense should score you something. Dude, you just need a better game plan. You just need better tactics. And, you know, get him next time, bucko, right? But that's kind of where I'm at with that whole fight, dude. Magomed Ankalaev is gonna be a hard challenge to beat. Obviously Dana wasn't the happiest because his star lost. They're gonna do that rematch for sure, but I'm happy that this happened, because not that Alex Pereira lost, but just to stop the whole Jon Jones and Aspinall talk with Alex Pereira. He shouldn't be going up to heavyweight and fighting those people. Aspinall needs to fight Jon Jones. That's what needs to happen, and I think that is what's gonna happen. From what I've been hearing, that's what's going to be happening. I've been hearing one side that Jon Jones still going to retire. I've been hearing another side that everything is done and they're just looking for a date and a place now. From Tom Aspinall himself, he said that everything's done on Jon Jones and the UFC side. They're looking for a date and a place. Hopefully we get that. But that's, now that Alex Pereira lost, I think that that's what's going to happen. That's going to be the talk. We're not going to hear any more Alex Pereira versus Jon Jones talk. Fucking God, thank you, God. We're not going to be hearing any more of that. We're going to be seeing two people who should not retire without fighting each other. Two people trying to see who the UFC heavyweight champion is. The true UFC heavyweight champion. And after that fight happens, then maybe we can see Ngannou back in the talk, back in the mix. Because Francis Ngannou is still the lineal heavyweight champion. But before that, they have to fight. Alex Pereira needs to rematch Magomed Ankalaev. We need to see that fight again. Although I think it kind of may go the same way. I mean, all I can kind of see Alex Pereira doing is maybe putting on a little bit more pressure on Magomed Ankalaev, not backing up as much, but then that opens up more takedowns. Then we might actually see him get taken down to the ground, which could be worse than just cage grappling and getting fatigued. But Justin Gaethje versus Rafael Fiziev was an amazing fight, and what isn't it? First off, Justin Gaethje laid a head kick from the clinch.
Oh my God.
That's fucking ridiculous. Rafael Fiziev looked amazing for being on short notice. Every kick he threw was perfect technique. So if you want to learn how to kick, go watch Rafael Fiziev and Justin Gaethje, because it was just amazing. It was a beautiful display of mixed martial arts. How about Rafael Fiziev taking him down in the first round? That's fucking crazy. I didn't think that was gonna happen. He took him down. Gaethje looked a little fatigued. That could be a game plan going forward for anyone. I mean, Rafael Fiziev, had he taken him down again, Gaethje might not have been able to have the output that he had in that second and third round. And it's crazy. First off, that second round is crazy because Rafael Fiziev was winning. He's outlanding Justin, and then that uppercut happens, and Justin almost knocks out Rafael Fiziev.
Oh my God. Oh.
Man, you can't dislike any of those fighters. Either of those fighters, because they're super nice people. They give exciting fights. They're amazing fighters. Everything to love about Rafael Fiziev versus Justin Gaethje too. And it's just crazy how it pans out almost the exact same as it did in the fucking first fight. Once wins round 1, Gaethje wins round 2 and 3. Round 3, Gaethje tries to grapple just like he did in the first one. Wasn't able to, but was able to overcome with output and therefore got him the win. Wow, what a fight. Gaethje, I think Gaethje versus Arman Tsarukyan is a great fight to make. I think that's probably the next one, because I still want to see Islam fight Charles Oliveira. I don't know what they're going to do with Topuria yet. He might be fighting Islam. He might be fighting Oliveira, or he might be fighting Arman Tsarukyan. So I think we all kind of have to wait with what they do with Ilia Topuria. He's talking about there's an announcement. I wonder who it's going to be. But moving forward, second to last fight I'm going to talk about. Mauricio Ruffy knocked out Bobby Green with that spinning heel kick. I'm telling you, the fighting nerds, the knowledge in that gym is so intensive. And if you want a deeper breakdown and analysis of that gym, the fighting nerds, please leave your comments down below, because I'm willing to go ahead and do that for you guys. But the fighting, like, I'm just gonna break it down like this. The reason you see Jean Silva, Carlos Pratt, Mauricio Ruffy, and Cal Barrero all have completely different styles, yet they're all at the highest level of the game, that right there tells you good coaching, that there is great coaching behind that team. But like I said, if you want me to break that down more, go ahead and leave a comment and I'll drop another video, because I've been dying to talk about that gym. But Mauricio Ruffy shows that he can do it in many different facets. Knocks Bobby Green out with a spinning heel kick. Calls out Beneil Dariush. I think he could get that fight. Beneil Dariush is always open to fighting the best in the world. Mauricio Ruffy looks like he is one of the best in the world, and that could be a ranking fight for him. So, great win by Mauricio Ruffy. And then Jalen Turner retires. I think he still has more to give, more to offer, but it's just going to depend on if he wants to come back. Because if he doesn't want to, or if he's iffy and then he has another fight, I would hate to see him leave on like a knockout or something worse for his health than what just happened. So that's his decision, retire. But Ignacio Bahamondes, someone that trains with Bilal Muhammad. Bilal Muhammad calls him the best striker in the UFC, and he's so far been kind of proving it with how many knockouts he has. I mean, he has spinning wheel kick knockouts, step back, cross knockouts, head kick knockouts. The dude has had knockouts in almost every facet, or finishes now in almost every facet, and this just proved he had nasty jiu-jitsu as well. If you go back and watch that fight, Jalen Turner didn't take him down. Jalen Turner might have went for a takedown, but when they engaged in that clinch, Bahamondes pulled guard. Go look at it again. He pulled guard and then started hammering him with elbows. I mean, Jalen Turner couldn't implement any offense from the top. It was all Bahamondes on bottom in guard, throwing nasty elbows, and eventually ended up getting the perfect triangle choke that Jalen had no choice but to tap to.
No. Probably that's it. Ignacio Bahamondes.
So not only does he have nasty striking, he has nasty jiu-jitsu and ground game. That guy is a fucking killer, and he's very dangerous at 155. I'm extremely excited to see who he fights next. I think Jalen Turner was ranked, am I right? Maybe he gets another ranked person. Dude, seeing him versus Mauricio Ruffy, that's something we can see in the top 5, or maybe even for a belt one day, dude, because they're both animals. And you know what's crazy about this? This is the new generation. These are the people who are going to have to fight Islam Makhachev coming up, because I think Bilal Muhammad is going to be a champion for a while. I think they're going to fight Islam Makhachev is great everywhere, and I don't think we've seen it from Ruffy yet, but I think he has a ground game because, like I said, great coaching. And Bahamondes, his gym is more known for their grappling than their striking, and he has great striking. And we just saw he has great grappling. Dude, the lightweight division is going to be so fun. But guys, thank you for watching the video, man. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and leave your comments in the comment section down below. And also hit that bell icon to be notified when more videos like this one come out in the future. Also, those of you who train and want one-on-one coaching, go ahead and visit my Patreon, where I'm always dropping techniques and classes and things like that. And also check out BJJ for MMA for more jiu-jitsu techniques for mixed martial arts. And those of you who want to be hearing more of my talking, check out the Will vs. The Way uncensored MMA podcast, where we talk to fighters, get their mentalities, but also give not only a casual but an expert outlook on today's MMA community. But with that being said, y'all stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.